Okay, this is my 1974 Datsun 260Z. It was originally built as a Lemons car in 2014. We raced 2014 and 2015 with Lemons, and then did some track days with it. We raced it with Champ Car a little later than that, and the latest time we raced was with Lucky Dog, which was, man, that was like 4 years ago, I think. Of course, it's no longer probably Lemons legal. I mean, maybe if you bribe the judges, because of spent a lot more on it than they would allow. Champ Car, it's still legal points wise. It's just under 500 points. And Lucky Dog, of course, anything's pretty much legal. Outside, it's painted sunset orange. Currently it has a fiberglass deck lid with a little lip on the back. It has fiberglass doors. It has a fiberglass hood. Currently the car weighs just under 2,000 pounds without the driver, with like a 3/4 tank of fuel. I do have the steel doors and the steel deck lid and the steel hood if somebody needed those for a certain class or whatever. On the inside, we got a fire system. We got a full cage, DOM cage with door bars on both sides. It has a dash bar down the middle. It's just got bare necessity dash gauges. Has a 5-speed ZX transmission. Has a lightened flywheel, lightweight flywheel in it, and a heavy-duty clutch. Just one seat. We got suspension-wise, we got Arizona Z car struts and camber plates on all 4 corners. And I'll get a picture under the hood a little bit. On the tire wise, right, currently it has Toyo Proxus on it, and a 245 45 16 front and rear. Camber's set about 2 degrees negative. It could probably use maybe a little bit more, but it handles really good. I don't know what else on the outside. Let's say that's it for the outside. I'll take some pictures of with the hood and the deck lid off, and then I'll do one other video underneath. All right, here's with the doors open, the hood off. A picture of the gauges. We got an air fuel ratio gauge, so you can keep an eye on that. On your basic gauges. The belts are expired, I think. Yeah, they only good for 2 years, so you need new seat belts, probably a new window net too. It uses a stock fuel tank, which is legal in all the classes I raced it in. Removable steering wheel. Engine wise, let's go over the engine. It's this current engine is a Rebello stroker kit, 3 liter. It has about 10 to 1 compression, has a bonk cam in it, with new lash pads and new rockers, brand new OEM. Cylinder head has been ported by myself. Combustion chambers have been deshrouded. Runs a Holley 4-barrel 390 CFM carb, Arizona Z car manifold. It had the header on it. I can't remember what brand it is, but it's got anyway. I'll do some research and figure out what that is. I've had a couple of them. This one I like the best. Has an electric fan, aluminum radiator, has a oil cooler in the front, out of an RX-7, steel braided lines, go into a dual filter setup. I don't know what else to tell you about the engine. That's about it. Alternator, everything's pretty much new on it. Water pump, alternator, all that stuff. This motor has about maybe 5 hours on it total. It has not been raced with this motor in it. We raced it with a 2.8, a couple of different versions of a 2.8. This one's been to a couple of track days. I mean, it still has the break-in oil in it, so it's not really even broken yet. I have my ignition wise, I have a Unilight, Mallory Unilight with the crane, CDI box. I've got the rev limiter set at 6,000. I know that's low, but I was just playing with it. Don't want to, over stress it, just messing around. Should be good to at least 6,500, if not higher. Was all balanced. The stroker kit from Rebello came. It's all balanced when you get it. So I took it to machine shop with the flywheel and the dampener just to make sure it was all good. License plate heat shields are left over from the Lemons days. Everybody commented on those, so I just left them there. The header is ceramic coated. Also, it is wrapped with header wrap, and then we have the heat shields, just trying to keep some of that heat away from that carburetor. Haven't had any problems with vapor locking or anything like that. Seems to work all right. All right, I guess that's about it that I can think of. Oh, ground control, oh, not ground control, but Arizona Z-Car struts. Spring wise, I believe it's 300 in the back and like 360 in the front. Dialed it in pretty good. We have the stock front sway bar. We removed the rear sway bar. It does not have a limited slip, and we were lifting a rear wheel on tight corners and losing traction. So we just took the rear sway bar out. It seems to handle really well without it. Got it dialed in good. It's pretty neutral. Okay, here's the underside of my Datsun. Stock fuel tank. Coilovers are Arizona Z-Car. Lower control arms are Techno-Toy tuning. I do have a rear sway bar for it. I'm currently not running it. Fuel pump wise, I got this Carter electric pump. I ran Holley pump for a lot of times, but they just failed, and this one's just run and run, so seems to work good. All the bushings have been replaced with Delrin bushings, so they're all nice and tight. New trans mount. Rear brakes are discs. It's a conversion from like an 88 Nissan Sentra. The rotors are 300 ZX rear rotors, and the calipers are Nissan Sentra front calipers. So it has no parking brake provisions. Underside of the car, there's no rust. You can see it's dented up a bit. It's the way it was when I got it. ZX transmission, 5-speed, new master and slave cylinders. There's the O2 sensor for the wideband. Front suspension. We have, I believe, the lower control arms are Apex Engineering, TC rods. Again, we have our coilovers from Arizona Z-Car. Front calipers is the big brake kit. The wheel woods from Techno-Toy Tuning with endurance pads on there. What else? Stock front sway bar. We have brake cooling ducts going up to the front grill. There's a picture of the crane ignition box. Oil pump is a Kamari, high pressure, high volume pump. Bearings in the engine are original equipment, Nissan bearings, tri-metal bearings. Stock oil pan. And I guess that's about it.